Okay, so today I'm super excited. I'm here with Paul Wheaton.
I haven't tried everything.
Oh, it seems like you've tried everything.
And I do believe that there are places where they've tried more than what I've tried. Now, we've only been here 3 years.
I guess there's SEP. SEP's tried a lot of things.
SEP that's the master solution.
Yep.
That's the master example. And of course, I've got ideas, which don't do any good, but they're up in here to do much, much more than SEP has ever done. And I would say that one of the big things that Mollison said in his book, the Permaculture, the Designer's Manual, this one, is that permaculture is largely about replacing petroleum with people. And at a point in my old farm, many years ago, I came to the conclusion of to do all the things that I want to do is going to take more than my lifetime. And I kind of came to the conclusion that, therefore, I wish to do it with a bunch of other people. And I immediately set out to study community. And because petroleum is extremely reliable in what it will do and powerful, and people are so human.
There's so many people out there that want to do permaculture. There's some people that follow Jeff. There's people that follow SEP. There's people that follow you. And for a lot of people, they don't have the funds. They don't have the know-how.
Okay. So you're talking about the permaculture boot camp. So a person pays $100. They come out and then they join the boot camp, and then they're going to learn permaculture through a little hard work. And I kind of think that the people that have been here and part of it have very much enjoyed it, and they have learned some epic skills. And of course, they could leave at any time that they want. And we've also done it as work trade, where they can come and they can be part of the boot camp, and we'll give them a ticket to a permaculture design course or an appropriate technology course or a rocket mass heater course, something like that, if that's what they want. But what we would really like is to populate the program with people that are after an acre. So we've got it set up so if a person comes and they're in the boot camp for 21 months, and it'll be less time if they work hard, then they get an acre for life. And it's kind of like they get an acre and 200 acres at the same time. So if somebody wanted to raise cattle, they'd have access to the full 200 acres. But if they just want to do a little natural building and a little gardening, then an acre will be plenty. I think a lot of people that are looking into homesteading are looking for 3 acres or more. I think people that live in this city might be a little shocked at how big an acre is. And then when you're actually on an acre and you start gardening, it's like, there's no way I'll ever have a garden that fills this acre. It's huge.
To give it perspective, we have 2 families living on our acre and a half right now. And with the permaculture system and with the gardens and everything like that, we can feed both families. One family has 8 people in it, one family has 4 people in it. There's plenty of space there for enough gardens and fruit trees to feed us. And that includes milk goats and meat rabbits and everything else. And we're harvesting from our system. So an acre and a half, 2 families, if you do it intensively. It's not...
if you're probably bringing in hay.
We bring in hay in the winter,
Yeah.
and we bring in a very, very small amount of grain for chickens and a small amount of pellets for rabbits. But that hay is local. I can get it. I can pay for it for $300 for the year, and it's something... It is intensive. The way we do it is intensive, but for one person to be able to come in and get an acre to experiment with and plant intensively or not is a way to know, do I want more acreage than this?
If you came here and you had goats, you could move the goats around. And let's say you're raising the rabbits in a colony style, you could set up colony areas surrounding your acre. I'm obsessed in thinking about 2 important angles. One angle is, how do I get more people to learn about permaculture, by the hundreds of millions? And then the other part of it is what's the future of permaculture? What are the things that we haven't documented yet, let alone think about? And so I really feel like the way to solve that is you've got to bring a bunch of people that are bonkers about permaculture together why do I do this? Why do I come out here? And it's like, I want to live in a plethora of life. I want to create a type of Eden. I want to have a jungle that is full of God's creatures, and I'm going to be in the part of it. And in fact, if people will forgive me for going down a little bit of a spiritual path, I kind of wonder if God put people here to be gardeners. Like, this is Eden, and like, you look around and it's like, you guys are doing a terrible job. You guys suck. And I kind of feel like I feel called, I feel pushed to create a jungle and to grow my own food and to live in this plethora of life. That's what I want. So your standard permaculture design course is going to cover urban, homesteading, and broadacre. And we have decided to minimize broadacre and minimize urban and focus on homesteading, which is going to be more like the 5 to 200 acre range, maybe as low as 2 acres. So there's going to be a lot of focus on that. And then there's going to be a powerful focus on design. And that means, like, because in a lot of PDCs, you spend a certain number of hours drawing a design for a property. And then you present it on the last day in front of the group, and then everybody politely applauds, and then you get your certificate and you're done. This one's going to be more like you're going to draw up a design starting in the first week, and then the instructors are going to tell you why your design sucks and to do it over. And then along the way, there were new elements that were taught, and you're going to now work in these new elements. And it has to be on this property. So most PDCs, it's like you can design for any fictitious property you can think of. Maybe it's one that you own, or maybe it's your aunt's property, or maybe it's something you once saw. And no, in this case, the instructor, Tim Barker, is adamant. He needs to be able to see it so he could tell you why your design is stupid. Mm-hmm. And so getting that feedback is going to be critical. We also... So Fred's already put couches up on the couch balcony. But you can see that there's some challenge to get up there. It's something that's being worked on right now. So in fact, these are the stairs that will be mounted over here. But not only is this roundwood timber framing, but there's work with root wood.
So that's what that is.
Oh yeah. Currently it's infested with boys.
We like to get onto the top a lot.
Now stop.
Okay, so we were here last August, and have you guys changed anything since then? I know you're working on some kind of hybrid cob building and harvesting. Yep. What have you guys been up to since then?
Planting tons of stuff, and we're working on a cob oven, and then we're going to do a timber frame roof over the cob oven. Just been trying to still spring cleaning mostly.